Until Dawn, 2025, directed by David F. Sandberg, brings a chilling twist to the slasher genre by adapting the beloved 2015 PlayStation game into a mind-bending survival horror film. Rather than a direct retelling, the movie crafts an original story built around time loops, psychological dread, and supernatural terror, set in the haunting location of Galore Valley. With a group of friends caught in a mysterious loop of death and resurrection, the film steadily unravels its secrets before delivering a shocking finale. Let's break down how it all ends, and what it really means. The setup: a search gone wrong. The story kicks off with Clover, Ella Rubin, and her friends, X-Max, Nina and her boyfriend Abe, and Megan, driving into Galore Valley to investigate the disappearance of Clover's sister, Melanie. Along the way, they stop at a remote gas station where Clover meets Hill, Peter Stormare, an eerie attendant who hints at people vanishing near a place called Galore Valley. Forced to stop due to heavy rain, the group enters a strangely preserved visitor center. Once inside, things get bizarre. Time appears frozen. Melanie's name is repeatedly listed in the guest book, and an hourglass mysteriously resets, starting a deadly cycle where the friends are hunted and killed, only to wake up and relive the horror again. The mystery of Dr. Hill. As the group tries to survive each night, they uncover disturbing clues. One of the biggest revelations comes when Clover finds a photo ID linking Hill to Blackwood Sanatorium. He's not just a gas station owner, but Dr. Alan J. Hill, a psychiatrist brought in after a mining disaster that killed over 1,000 people in Galore Valley. Turns out the mining company drilled too deep, unleashing something evil beneath the surface. Survivors suffered trauma, and Hill was part of a government effort to study and heal them. But instead, he began conducting experiments using fear as a trigger for supernatural phenomena, creating a psychological prison fueled by guilt, trauma, and something even worse: the Wendigo. The loop gets deadlier. As the hourglass resets every night, the deaths become more brutal. The group finds an old VHS tape showing another victim breaking down, saying he can't understand why he keeps coming back to life. Dr. Hill's voice on the tape confirms this is all part of a twisted experiment. The friends realize they're stuck in a purgatory-like trap designed to push them to their psychological limits. Everyone who came before them died on the 13th night. And now, Clover and her friends are nearing their own final night. Sister reunion, but with a twist. On the 13th loop, Clover ventures deeper into the valley's tunnels and comes across Melanie, alive but changed. She's not the same sister Clover remembers. Melanie has become a zombified shell, consumed by the trauma and evil of Galore Valley. In a tragic turn, Melanie attacks Clover, forcing her to defend herself and ultimately kill her sister, symbolizing Clover's reckoning with the guilt she's carried since Melanie disappeared. The final confrontation. Clover wakes up inside a hidden sanatorium facility, where Megan is imprisoned in a glass room with a Wendigo. Dr. Hill reveals the truth. Everything happening is the result of an experiment designed to manifest psychological trauma into physical threats. The Wendigo, the masked killer, they're all born from the emotions and fears of Hill's test subjects. In a clever move, Clover sabotages Hill's coffee by placing it under a leaking tap that dispenses contaminated water, just like the deadly infection that caused earlier deaths. When Hill drinks it, he explodes violently, and Clover grabs the keys to free Megan. Escaping the nightmare, the group regroups and fends off the masked killer one final time. As they run through the tunnels with Wendigos chasing them, the final grains in the hourglass fall. Just as dawn breaks and sunlight fills Galore Valley, the loop shatters. The nightmare ends with the rising sun, suggesting that survival was only possible by confronting trauma, exposing the truth, and escaping before the 13th night reset. Until Dawn, 2025, blends psychological horror, folklore, and time loop storytelling into a bold yet chaotic narrative. While the movie sometimes buckles under its own complexity, it lands its final act with emotional weight and suspense. At its core, the ending suggests the Wendigo is a manifestation of unresolved grief, trauma, and guilt. Dr. Hill is a twisted figure who weaponized fear under the guise of psychiatric healing. The time loop is symbolic of being trapped in cycles of emotional pain, only broken when the characters face their deepest regrets head-on. For Clover, breaking the loop meant letting go of her guilt over Melanie's fate and taking control of her reality. The dawn not only ends the nightmare, but gives her and the surviving friends a second chance.